Hello and welcome to Chase Your Star. I am Monica Carter Tagore, author, speaker, and life and business coach, here to inspire and empower you to go for your heart's desire and shine. It's never too late to answer the calling on your life, follow the vision in your mind, and live out the passion in your heart. Each episode, I bring you an idea, insight, or interview to help you figure out how to chase your star and live an extraordinary life. Ready to do it? Let's go. Hi, this is Monica, and as usual, I am so excited you are here with me. Today, I want to just talk about your mind. Your mind is so powerful. It can be something that really pushes you forward, that propels you forward, but unfortunately, it can also be something that holds you back. You see, reality is first created in the mind. It's what we think, and that becomes what actually happens. So if you think negative things will happen, then guess what? Negative things will happen. If you think positive things will happen, then guess what? Chances are they will. And so that's why it's so important to get into your mind. It's important to really get in touch with what you're thinking, what you really do believe. Because a lot of times we float through life and we're going based on beliefs that have been programmed into us. But if we were really to think about them, we may not actually believe those things, even though those are the things we say and those are the things we're acting upon. If we were to really sit down and think about it, we'd realize that, you know what? This isn't really me. These aren't really my beliefs. They're just beliefs that maybe I grew up with. Maybe they're beliefs of my community. They're beliefs of people around me. But whatever the case, they may not necessarily be yours today. And so I want you in this short episode to really think about what it is you believe. The beliefs you had a year ago, 10 years ago, whatever the case may be. Do those still serve you? Are they still appropriate for you? Or do you need new beliefs? In fact, I want to go over some limiting beliefs that may be holding you back, some limiting beliefs that you may not even be thinking of, even though you're acting upon them. And the reality for this is so important because, again, we think it and then it happens. We create our reality in our minds. My children, I'm so fascinated by them, and they're always doing things. And sometimes my elder son, he will get frustrated. He will get frustrated if he's trying to play a game or if he's trying to do some activity and he's not getting as far as he wants. And he will get frustrated with that and sometimes even get a bit emotional and even want to give up. But if I talk him through that and we go through his belief and I say, well, you know what, you really can do this thing. And in fact, this is nothing for you. I think you should try it again. And often he can try it again and move far beyond where he was before, far beyond that place of frustration. Why? Because of belief, because I've encouraged him to believe that he can actually do that thing. And so when he challenges himself, he finds that he can do that thing. And that's important. And so for you, even as an adult, challenge yourself, challenge your beliefs. Just because you have not achieved something or you have not done something or you're having trouble with something, that doesn't mean that's all it'll ever be. Challenge that belief. And so I want to, as I said, talk about a couple of beliefs that may be limiting you, that may be keeping you from something you could possibly be really good at or something that could really fulfill your life. So the first limiting belief I want you to consider is this, that people of my race or my gender or my ethnic background or my religion or my geographic location or whatever the case may be, don't act like this, or don't do this, or don't have that, or whatever the case may be. And a lot of times we limit ourselves with those boxes. We place ourselves in boxes and we say, well, you know, people like me don't do that. People, as I said, of my race or of my gender or of my geographic location or, oh, we don't act like that. We don't do that. We don't have that. We don't attain that. Well, that's actually not a real reality. That's only a belief. That's a limiting belief based on your limited experience, based on your limited exposure. And this limiting belief ignores the fact that you are an individual. So even if you haven't seen other people of your group, whatever that group is, whether it's your gender or your geographic location or your race or ethnic group or whatever it is, even if you haven't seen people of that group do the thing you aspire to do, that doesn't mean you can't do it. Because this limiting belief ignores the fact that you're an individual. You are not a group. You may be a member of some group, but you yourself are not a group. And because you're an individual, that means you have certain skills, certain capabilities, certain ideas, certain activities that you can do, that you have, that can allow you to do this thing that you desire to do. So if you have ever held yourself back by the thought that people of my group don't do this, I encourage you to challenge that thought, challenge that belief, challenge yourself, and go out and be the person of that group who does that thing. You, in fact, may somehow be an example to other people of that group so they can go out and act upon their aspirations as well. So the first limiting belief that a lot of people have and don't realize it's a limiting belief because they think it's a fact is that people of my group, whatever that group is, don't do this thing. Whatever it is, we aren't as fast, so we can't be great athletes. We aren't as smart, so we can't go out and do XYZ. We're not good in math, so we can't go out and be mathematicians or scientists or astronauts or whatever it is. We aren't, whatever that thing is. People of my group aren't that. Well, you go out and be that if that's what you aspire to be. It's only a limiting belief. It's only a thought that you house in your head based on your limited experience. So go out and challenge that belief and do something different. The second limiting belief that I see in my work as I help people to see a bigger vision for themselves and to be able to build their brands and to be able to build these big, bold lives. The second limiting belief I often see for people is this. They say, I've never been able to do it, so I won't be able to do it. And this limiting belief assumes that because you have not had success with something in the past, you won't have success with that in the future. And so this belief causes you to quit even before you start. It causes you to give up emotionally, mentally. You're defeated even before you get into the game. And I want you to challenge yourself, challenge that particular belief, because just because you haven't done something in the past, that doesn't mean you can't do it in the future. That has no bearing on your potential. In fact, don't judge your future self by your past behavior. While we all know that history is some indicator of the future, in many ways, history has nothing to do with your future. You can make a different choice. You can take different actions. You can actually produce a different result. And that's really important for you to realize. So if you have struggled in the past with a certain thing and it's just not come together for you, then that doesn't mean it won't. One of the shows I like to watch when I have time to watch TV is My 600-Pound Life. And my husband just does not understand why I watch this show. This is a show about people who are morbidly obese and their struggle with losing weight, often involving weight loss surgery. And so he sees it as something negative and as their struggle and as something possibly even depressing. But I see it differently. I see it. The reason I like it is because I want to see them on their journey to success, because many of the people who are on the show are able to find some weight loss success. They struggle. They have to get their minds around this lifestyle change. They go through the actions and they're often able to lose great amounts of weight, 100, 200, 300, 400, however many hundreds of pounds. And to me, that's really exciting. And I'm so happy for them on that journey. I'm cheering them on as I'm watching them on that journey. And so for me, it's not a depressing uplifting show. It's an uplifting show. It's an inspiring show because I see the journey. I see the success they make over time. And so I was recently watching an episode of a woman who was she was desperate to lose weight, but her mind just wasn't there. In fact, she would lose a little bit of weight and then she'd gain weight back. She'd start eating all this junk, doing things she knows she should not do, even though she realized her weight was jeopardizing her life. It was actually jeopardizing her life, and she knew that she was pretty much probably at her end at some point. And the doctor even told her at some point, you know, you're not going to be here in 6 months if this keeps up. But yet she persisted. She kept at it. She just could not make the mental change to make that life transformation. So as I said, she was eating junk and doing all these things, and she was lashing out and she was upset, even with the doctor, even with the show producers. At one point, she just decided she was going to drop out of the program and she wasn't going to do this because she didn't need this, and it was stressing her out and it was aggravating her and all these things. And so I was starting to feel bad. I was like, oh my goodness, she's not going to make it because of her limiting belief. Because she thought, because she had not succeeded in the past, she had not been able to stick to her weight loss plan in the past, she had not been able to maintain the activity level she had needed to in the past, she had not been able to string together consecutive months of weight loss in the past, that she would not be able to do it now. And so that limiting belief was really compromising her success. But finally, she got it together. And she was able to lose amount of weight that she needed so that the doctor could approve her for weight loss surgery. And then from there, she was able to lose weight month after month. And she was able to finally get on her real journey of weight loss success. And I was so happy for her. I was so happy to see her be able to do those things, be able to move out of having to get around her home in a wheelchair to being able to actually walk around, to being able to actually walk around and see her daughter at the pool, to be able to stick her own feet in the pool, to be able to see her do regular activities, be able to take pictures with her family, to go out on a photo shoot, to be able to just enjoy life. I was so happy for her and happy to be able to see her take this journey. And it required changing her limiting belief. She had to go from just seeing herself as having always failed to seeing herself as being able to succeed. And so if you are caught in a cycle of constant failure, if you keep seeing yourself as repeating the same mistakes over and over again, if you're getting discouraged, it may be because you are entertaining a limiting belief that I've never been able to do it, so I won't be able to do it. And if that is you, you can break that cycle. You can get beyond that. You don't have to stay stuck in that same place. As long as you have breath in you, you can make a positive change. You can make a transformation, but it starts in your head. You've got to believe something different so you can get a different result. If you are still operating under those same negative beliefs, the negative belief that you've never been able to do it, so you won't be able to do it, then you know what? You're not going to be able to do it, because that limiting belief will, in fact, influence all of your behavior. You will actually have sabotaging behavior. You will engage in behaviors that make sure that you are failing. I know it seems hard to believe, even though it seems like you want to succeed. That limiting belief, though, pushes you to failure. It makes you do those things that really are not in your best interest. And that's why you keep repeating the same mistakes, because the limiting belief is what is guiding you. So it's important for you to be able to challenge the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Otherwise, you will stay in that same place. You won't be able to move forward. But like that woman that I just shared with you on that my 600-pound life, she had struggled for years and years. She had never been able to succeed at weight loss, but finally, she was able to wrap her head around her potential for success. She had to challenge her limiting belief. And when she did that, she was able to start losing the weight. And the same can be for you. It's a journey. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight, whatever the thing is that you aspire to do. That woman on the episode I saw, I didn't see the end of her journey because it's still continuing. She's still losing her weight, but she made significant progress once she was able to change her thought process. And so it is for you. What is the limiting belief that's holding you back? What is the limiting belief that is keeping you from stepping into really who life has called you to be? Who you aspire to be, the person who wants to build this fantastic brand around their gifts and talents, the person who can really step out there and make an impact in the world, the person who can really touch lives in an amazing way, the person who can just finally be happy in their own life. What limiting belief is standing in the way of you doing those things? It's time for you to claim your personal power. When you claim your personal power, you challenge those limiting beliefs and you get rid of those beliefs that don't serve you. The ones that keep you small, you let those go. And you replace those with empowering beliefs. You replace those with beliefs that allowed you to show up as this big, bold, strong person you truly are. And that's why it's important to challenge these limiting beliefs, because your life can be so much more than it may be right now. You have so much more to offer than what you may be offering. And it starts with challenging what's in your mind. It starts with challenging what's in your head. And so I encourage you to really challenge your limiting beliefs. If you're struggling, if you're having a hard time taking your life to your next level, whatever it is, whether that is being happier and healthier, whether that is building the type of brand you want or the business you want, making the impact in the world you want, touching the lives in the way you want, if you're struggling there, then look at what you believe. Look at what you believe to be true about yourself and about the world around you. Because your limiting beliefs may actually be holding you back. These are just two of the limiting beliefs that I explore in my new special report, 10 Limiting Beliefs Holding You Back. And so I encourage you to get that special report. Go to monicacartertagore.com and download it. You can download it on the homepage, monicacartertagore.com, and download that special report. It is 10 Limiting Beliefs Holding You Back. And you will see 10 beliefs there that are common to a lot of people that actually keep them from expressing their full selves, going out and living the bold lives they are intended to live, doing the things they desire to do. And so I have explored 2 limiting beliefs here, but there are 8 others that you really need to know about, so that if you are experiencing them, if those are the ones that are being held in your mind and heart, you can really challenge them. You can explore them and you can move beyond them. It is never too late to change a limiting belief, but you can't change it if you're not even aware of it. So I encourage you to go to my website at monicacartertagore.com and download that special report, 10 Limiting Beliefs Holding You Back. It's time for you to claim your personal power so that you can pursue your heart's desire and live out your calling, do the work you feel life has placed you here to do, and simply be the person you know you were created to be. I am so excited to share this information with you because I know it can really help you so that you can go out there and do what life has called you to do. So check it out, and I'll see you next time on Chase Your Star. And there you have it. This episode's idea, insight, or interview to help you pursue your heart's desire and shine. I have 2 requests to ask. The first is please be sure to subscribe here so you never miss an episode of the Chase Your Star podcast. And 2, be sure to join the Chase Your Star Facebook group. It's at facebook.com/groups/Chase Your Star. There you will find a community to support you as you pursue your heart's desire. See you next time on Chase Your Star.